am currently working with the as F&B manager with the Kumaoni and heading the kitchen also. When I talk about the Kumaoni is a very minimalistic luxury boutique property, and I will say it is one of the best property of a Kumaoni. And if I talk about this property, the theme, what we produce and what we give to our customer and a guest, you can say we give traditional Kumaoni food. And you can say I am working with and creating a fusion of a Kumaoni food, how I can bring it on a plate in the best possible ways. From past 3 years, I am exploring the Kumaoni food, researching about that and finding lots of wild herbs and all. And if I talk about the Kumaoni food and the Kumaoni cuisine, there are lots of wild varieties of herb which they use it for a flavor. Like I will talk about jumbo. This is called faran. Jumbo is a faran in English name, and faran, it's a very earthy flavor herb which is found in a upper Himalayan region in Uttarakhand, and they use it each and every dal, gravy, and if I talk about gadreni is again a one more spice which is a root spice. You can put it in your stock and it any kind of a dal to give the flavor again. And there is a spice called jakhia, and jakhia is very one of the unique spices. I found it enhances the flavor of everything, and if you mix the jakhia and jeera together and make a chutney out of that, it's totally amazing. And these are the few spices which is, I will say, very different, which makes the different from other places. Kumaoni, which is called jumbo, I told you already, jakhia and gadreni. And if I talk about some of the eating herbs and all, I found some of the nettle grasses which are young and nice right now, and you can see there are some small thorns in that which gives you the itchiness. So it's called stinging nettle grass. And if I talk about the nettle grass, people are scared to use this. I found it widely from a forest only. And how you can use it, I'll tell you, because this is the grass which you can like use it, like you can burn it directly on a fire and then burn the thorns, boil the grass and make a sag out of it. Like then there I have one more thing which is vegetable called gaderi. So gaderi, if I talk about, gaderi is a yam, and it's a family of a yam which calls in a mountain gaderi, and especially grown in a mountain, because otherwise yam is very small in a size and all, but this is a big one which is you found it in the mountains only, and which you can cook it with the hemp seed. Here hemp seed again a superfood for the future of the market. If I talk about in a Kumaoni cuisine, people are using hemp seeds in thousands of years. It's one of the staple diet of a Kumaoni person, because without a hemp chutney the food is incomplete. Here are black soya beans. If I talk about these black soya beans, this is called bhatki dal, and you can make out of these, people make bhatki churkani out of that, which is they just take the flavor out of a bhat, which is a black soya bean, and they thicken it with the, you can say, wheat flour slurry, and then they flavor it with the jumbo and gadreni, which are spices I told you, and it's one of the superfood of here, and which is full of with the protein. They don't use any kind of oil and all, and any kind of onion and tomato to flavor it, or garlic. This is a similar kind of a dal called white soya beans. And then there is again one more sugar food which is grown all over the world, I will say, and all over the India also, which is in some of the places. Here it's called madua. English name I will say finger millet flour, and in plains they say it ragi flour also. Again, this is not a season to find lots of berries, but there is one of the thing I found it from a Himalayas, one fruit called Himalayan. This is called mehal in Pahadi, and in English if I talk about, it's called Himalayan pears. So Himalayan pears, it's widely grown over here. Particularly season is this only August time. And if before then this, if I talk about some of the berries, then there are lots of berries. Mulberry grows here widely, and raspberry grows here widely. which is widely grown in a particular season, and when you walk on the middle of the forest you will get to know. When I started traveling around to the Uttarakhand and when I started exploring about the Kumaoni cuisine, people started telling me the aloo ka gutka is used to be one of the particular dish when guest is entering in their houses at the 100 years back, or kheere ka raita, or pahadi raita people say rai ka raita. And rai is a kind of a mustard seed which flavors the raita. It's actually a cucumber raita flavored with the mustard seed, and they give it with the potato wedges, which is called aloo ke gutke, and aloo ke gutke and ham seed chutney is called bhang ki chutney. This is the combination when any guest in the Kumao, and at the holy, like traditional holy time also, Diwali time also, when they used to go to others houses and exchanging the wishes and all, at that time people used to serve this is the only thing, aloo ke gutke, and that's why aloo ke gutke, when you travel to the Uttarakhand or when you are going to travel to the Kumao, you are going to find it everywhere in each and every small shop. The whole dream was working over here and living the life of a city, and coming back to the Kumao and coming back to my roots. The only reason behind that is to give it back to my place, something give it back. The skills I have as a chef, the things I do, the things I create, the knowledge I have, if I can give it to the back to the my place, because this is the place which is fully belong from a tourism. If I can upgrade the standards of a food over here, if I can bring the best out of myself and the ingredients what you find it locally over here, and if I can bring the best, it makes me very very happy. We have a Himalayan panoramic view in front of us, and the third highest peak of India, also called Nanda Devi, and lush greenery of pine and devdar is there. And I will say devdar, which is a native tree of here, which is very good for its soil and all, which need people are getting aware and growing too much. And the whole theme of this place is to promote the Kumaoni cuisine and promote the Kumaoni culture, and this is what we showcase in our property. Thank you very much, guys.